Sure, Masandawana, another installment of the Yellow Corner. Sure, Raps.
Hola, hola.
Great.
I am not doing that.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. Great win yesterday. Eh? The performance, not so good, but at the end of the day, what matters the most is that we came back home with 3 points in the bag, eh?
Yeah, no, like you've said, what matters is 3 points, but the performance wasn't the one that we are used to, but at least the boy, even though we went 1-0 down, the boys managed to come back and win the game in the last minute. So I'm happy with our spirit, how we managed to come back in this game and in previous games against Bo Amazulu and Bo Leopards. So it shows even half time and second half really 1-0 down, the boys dig deep and they get those wins.
Yeah, no, it seems to have changed this season. When we concede, we don't drop our heads. We've come back quite a number of times, like the boys mentioned earlier on the review, the match. So it's a great thing, the boys believe in themselves, and we also believe in them now. We can concede, but we will definitely come back. Last episode we were raving about Kemet, and yeah, man, sadly now we might miss him for a while. Hopefully it's not as serious as his reaction told, because from his reaction it looked like it was a bit serious. Just hopeful and praying it's not ligaments and it doesn't require an operation.
Yeah, no, let's hope he will recover very fast, because we really need him. We really need his experience, and also we all know how he contributed to the games that we have played so far. I think if it is a long-term injury, for sure we will miss him. But if it is short-term, he will definitely come back and join the team.
Yeah, no. The thing is with Kemet is he's different to all our things, our strikers. I think he's the only one who can come deep into the midfield and then drag one of the center backs with him, and then they leave spaces behind. The others, Mutuba and Afonso, the proper number nines who stay in the box. Shadulile can go to the side, but he can't drop into the midfield and do what Kemet does for us. So we really hope it's not long term. Yeah, man, it's crazy that on Thursday he posted a video. I think he was at the gym working on his balancing, and the exercise that he was doing, I think it had more to do with the strengthening of the ankle, and now he's out. 48 hours later, he's out because of an ankle injury. So yeah, hopefully he recovers quickly. Yeah, Mazembe again Tuesday.
A tough one. They on their previous game, they've made about 6 changes to the lineup that played Kolumbumbashi against Mamelodi Sundowns. So it shows some of their players were unavailable, or some they were resting for this battle that they are gonna face Pretoria. But on the league, Mazembe, they've done very well. And also, if you look at their log table, their league is very competitive. The top 5 teams, they are challenging for the title. You look at here at home, Thabiso, we've went to play continental football, and we came back. There's still no team that is trying to catch up with us. So it shows their league top 5 teams, it is competitive compared to us. So I think this is a game where they are looking for a revenge, and they are looking to get the 3 points.
Yeah, no, this is one game they can't afford to lose. I think a draw won't be a bad result for them. I think maybe they look to beat the other two teams in their last two, one being at home and the other one away. But this one is really is one game where they can't afford to lose. Do you think their coach, like you said, that they rested a couple of their players in their previous two league games? Do you think their coach will now go for the experience, the tried and tested players like Trezo Mputu and Rainford Galaba, or he will play the same team he played when he played them last week?
I think he will mix, but definitely he has to unleash his big guns, the likes of Mputu and Galaba, and also Baleki, who scored a brace against RC Kinshasa. And you look at the impact that a guy like Trezo Mputu had in the previous game. He came on as a sub. He had about 3 assists. So it shows the experience and the impact he has in a team, Lubumbashi. And also against us, he came on as a sub. He scored an equalizer. So it shows he has been playing very well, and he's pushing himself to the starting lineup. So I won't be surprised if he goes for the experience, the likes of Mputu and Galaba, and also Baleke, who's their quality number 9, and he didn't start the previous game. And also I think their experienced right back Isama will start because of the previous game. They went for Masengo, who is very similar to Isama. They push forward and deliver those quality crosses. So I think he will mix around and try to mix experienced players with those who performed very well in the previous game.
Mm-hmm. And that boy, Sibango, the right-footed guy, he's traveled with the team, and I think he will play. That's one player that's really impressed me when I've watched Mazembe play. So I think he will play, and he didn't play in their last game when we were in Lubumbashi, but this time I think he will play. And for those who might have missed the preview of that match, we mentioned Hore. He's right-footed but plays on the left, and he's different to your modern day. He's right-footed but plays on the left, and he's different to your modern day winger in a way that a modern day winger normally cuts inside and then they like to kill the ball, But now he goes to the bar line and then he pulls the ball back. He's really skillful. He takes on the right back. He really challenges the right back. He gets the ball. The moment he gets the ball, the first thing that comes to mind is go with the right back. And we did mention that he loses a lot of balls, but that's because of the fact that he challenges the right back. He constantly challenges the right back. So man, Thapelo would have to dig deep on Tuesday, and deliver a performance better than the one from yesterday.
Thapelo has to deal with him. Is a big threat to any opponent. But what I'm gonna say, I don't think he will start. Maybe they will bring him as a sub because he has missed quite a lot of games. And you look at this game, it will be a very competitive game, and it comes from an injury, so you don't want to field him and he gets another injury first half. So you need to reshuffle your team again. So I think they will bring him as a sub, and hopefully they will win the game from their bench. So Mara, even if he start, I think Thapelo can handle him. Thapelo he has dealt with that left winger with that Casablanca, go with that, and also go Pretoria. So I think he will manage him. He'll manage, but if he wants to manage him, that means Thapelo has to be cautious, and he doesn't have to push forward a lot of time, and also his communication with the Rook has to be better, and also the Rook has to cover for him also.
Yeah, and yesterday he covered a lot for him, but I think it was maybe most probably an instruction from the technical team to say Thapelo must just bomb forward because we needed a goal, we needed a win, and they took a risk, and yeah, it eventually worked out. They that boy cheated and came a bit to the side, but yeah, the Rook was able to handle him. Yeah, and I think the last time you highlighted their fullbacks.
Yeah, Thabiso, their fullbacks they contribute in terms of goals. You look at a guy like Ochaya against RC Kinshasa, he scored a cracker and also he had an assist. So it shows they rely to their fullbacks, and also their fullbacks they give them those crosses. So we have to be very alert, and also we have to manage them. I think the first 15 minutes they will push forward looking for an early goal so that they score and try to manage the game. So we let them come to us and look forward to expose those spaces. So I think a guy like Ochaya and also Isam, I think he will start because of he's one of their experienced players. So I think we should let them come to us and also look to handle them or look to hit them on a count.
Yeah. Tell me, from what you saw, when they attack, do they have both fullbacks going at the same time, or one stays, one goes, one stays, one goes? How do they do it normally?
First off, it was Ochaya. He's the one who was more advanced compared to Masengo, who was who was more defensive. But second half, they changed.
Perhaps you're now talking about someone different, Masengo, because
Masengo is the one that played the previous game against RC Kinshasa.
He plays right back, deputy.
Yeah, go right back, but it's not the regular. The regular one, he is Sam, who was not available in the previous game.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
So like I was saying, Kafestafu Ochaya was more advanced. Hence he had a goal, and also second half he had an assist. But second half, Masengo was the one who was more attacking and delivering those crosses. And he's similar to Isama. They are direct. They go on the flanks. They deliver those crosses. So I think we should look up for their fullbacks.
I think what might work to our advantage when it comes to this is that the width Loftus, and the size of the pitch as a whole, because they play in a very small pitch, so it's easy to bomb up and down. Loftus, one of them bombs. We win the ball, we win the ball maybe next to our 18. We play to River launches it, and into the space that the fullback would have left. I think that's how we can maybe try and expose them, and this being a game that they have to not necessarily win but not lose. I think they'll try and box smart. It will be stupid of them to say to just go gung ho, and expose themselves, and expose that not so good defense, because their defense is honestly, it's terrible for a professional team campaigning in the Champions League. That their back four is not that. And not say they're back four because the full backs are good going forward, but defending as a team, they honestly can't defend, So I think we can look to expose. I know their center backs, they're really not good enough. I mean, you don't even have to go far. You look at the goal that we scored last week you shouldn't be there shouldn't be that much of a gap between you and your partner playing center back, and fortunately to find himself in that position, it was absolutely crazy for me.
Yeah, no, you can't have center backs who are too wide from each other. And you look at that assist, Yamshishi, it was one of the easiest assists I've ever seen in football. So I think this is a game where they need to be, I can say, compact, and also to improve the communication. I think if they can communicate better, there won't be those kind of silly mistakes. So I think they will rectify those mistakes. If they don't, we'll definitely punish them again.
I doubt they'll be able to rectify them in a space of 9 days, man. You don't become great at something in such a short space of time. Defending Rapelang, it's difficult to build an understanding than it is for forwards, because you need to build trust among all of you, especially the triangle that's formed by the two center backs and the goalkeeper. You need to trust one another. So one, if let's that play, it makes everything ibe matata. So I don't see them improving in such a short space of time. And another thing that we must highlight, they are incredibly clumsy for a professional team. Mtetwa would be perfect for them actually, because he defends like them. They clumsy and they dive into the tackle. For a professional team now, man, their defense is not good enough, and I hope we'll punish them once again like we did in Lubumbashi. But let's move to Masandawana. Can you believe today marks exactly a year since the last time the boys played in front of Masandawana?
Ke bona ne kena go se mo Twitter majitanza poster mo ne video ana dlala ko magulong against Highlands Park. So it has been a year without fans, but I don't think that had a negative impact in their players because of you look at the performance they've shown so far. Like, you wouldn't say they are playing without us singing and also motivating them in the stands. So I think even if them without us, they've shown they can handle teams, and also it also gives us an advantage because when you go to certain away games where you have fans intimidating our players. So I think I can say it has worked for us so far.
Yeah, man. But at times you just wish we could be there to give them support. When the going gets tough, they know they can always rely on us. And not being there, man. Especially when you're trailing and we're not there to sing for them, to push them. To have them push them to dig deeper than they already have, But man, that video and the thread that Unkept Gulova posted, I'm actually gonna retweet it when we're done here, man. I can't wait to be back at the stadium, and Rapelang, this season feels like something special is about to happen, and I hope and pray someone at the club saw this coming and decided to document this. I don't want to piece together this season in 10 years' time when I tell my kids about this absolutely amazing team that won a treble. I want to have that one to a recording, a well-documented one to show my kids, this is the team, that I grew up supporting. This is the team that you guys, if you really are my kids, will support. I really hope there's someone at the club documenting this, man, because it does feel like something special is on the horizon, and we failed to do so at 2016,
Thabiso, we expected too much from Sundowns. So if Onuga can trade along on the pitch, it's fine. But off the pitch, we have to rely on the likes of Neo to do something. So, and then I hope they are doing something like you have said. There's something that we are going to achieve that is unusual. Maybe we can repeat the treble that we did 2016 season. But with the leadership of the young men there at Klukop, I hope Mfano the changes, and I hope I hope you're not gonna get and do better.
Yeah, man. I forgot to mention that all the best to Kloppy, man. Yeah, he has our backing as supporters. I'd like to believe, all the best to him, and him being a young person. Hopefully, he will come with fresh ideas, and those ideas will be executed. It would be a shame for him to bring in ideas and they're not taken serious just because he's young. And the advantage, I've never seen or heard anyone say anything about him playing. So, yeah, he won't be coming in the second half at Amapalama Bolo, like a certain. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's a blessing in disguise, or no? Maybe he's not such a he what's why ratang polo, what's why halang. Yeah, now hopefully why ratang, but yeah.
How we got the owners ratang we viga the team. On hope some story Connect Bank Cup were drawn with power lines. Their owner who has never played football before, when he heard of Powerless is going to play Sundowns, to the Cox and went to the session with his players. So I think I don't think Rona Klopp will be such a owner. So I think he will bring some changes, and also Rona will give him time and be patient with him.
Yeah, true. Man, in the last 7 days, we've played, Coach Rulani, every time when he talks about games, he always says, I think, game or matches of consequence, and we've played those in the last 7 days, and we've won them all, like, we really have to give credit to these guys. Every game, it's like a treasure, and they did, for some reason, 7 out of 10 times they will give us a great performance, but 10 out of 10 times, no matter the performance, we'll get the desired result. We really have to give in total our technical team and our players, credit.
Yeah, no. I definitely we have to give our technical team credit. You look at how they changed the team in terms of the system that we are playing in this season, and also we've added good players, and also they managed to fit in the team. So I think the credit must go to the technical team and also the players. Like, they are the ones who are playing on the field. They are the ones who are experiencing all of these things happening. So I think, so far the technical team and the players, they've done very well.
Yeah, no. And this morning I was just thinking about this, the new team that we're trying to build, and I'm thinking to myself, in the next 3 years, Dennis will probably not be playing, Nascimento probably won't be a regular, but everyone else could still be playing, so that tells me we still to dominate South African football for the longest time, like Basantan Batlo Peinelwa, hey?
And you look at our MTC players who are coming in. You have Mkhize Lena. He has made an appearance go PSL against Leopards. We also have Kelezo, Promise, Mukuli, Kotio, who's very young. We also have Mdiba there, like and also Sundowns we sign a quality player. So in 3 years to come, we'll also add certain players here and there. But yeah, we are still going to dominate South African football. Sometimes what we get big type. So this is energy introduction is we still need to get to your conclusion more like some battle gonna see what FIFA Sundowns.
Yeah, man. We go into this fixture with one smaller not even a smaller problem. Right back. Who would have thought of when you signed Roshin a month or so ago, we'd be talking about him starting and worrying about who you'll start with, because we don't know the extent into Musa's injury. Yeah.
And also Nyango.
And Brian is also out, like fingers crossed Musa is fit enough to start on Tuesday, because if he doesn't start, what do we do? Do we start? Because remember, Mento is suspended. Do you start Roshin Le Bangali and hope and pray that Bangali delivers the type of performance he delivered in the second leg of the Champions League final in 2016?
Bangali, man. Thabiso, you look at the game here, Poloko anyway came in on a sub, like he's very slow, but I think this because of game time,
Yeah.
I think this was because of not getting enough game time. Like you play once or twice in a season, so when you throw him, go give me a channel Tuesday. I think TP Mazembe can take advantage of him because of he's not a regular center back. So I think, but because of you have collected 9 points in 3 games, the pressure is more on the opposition than on us. So I think we can afford to start him.
I was thinking about the options that we have. And one that came to mind not so long ago was maybe just for this game. The thing is, they've never ever played together. Ne? One is new to the team, the other hasn't been playing. So it's risky, man. That position is a very delicate one. So I'm thinking maybe just for this game, ne? Maybe we move River back to center back just for this match. Bring on Andile to play 6. Andile is not a 6, like the guys highlighted more reviewing your game. He's not a 6, but he's smart enough to be able to play there when needed. So this is tricky, man. This is really tricky. But
the last time Rivaldo played go center back was against Cape Town City. And what was the scoreline in that game? You saw the game, what happened. So Rivaldo is a 6. He's a definitely a 6.
I'm not disputing that. Yeah. All I'm saying, Corey, just for this game, maybe we play just for this, because the thing is, we Lebo plays everywhere. There are times where we need Lebo at right back. There are times where we need Lebo as a 9. There are times where you need Lebo as N2, So it's but actually let's get on into the potential lineup.
Yeah, for now I'll stick with Dennis as the goalkeeper, and I'll have Tapelo right back. I'll have Deruk as the right center back, and also if Lebusa is not fit and Brandon Young is not fit, I'll bring in I'll bring in Sumaro on fit. I think even though as I done in previous seasons, but I think experience is something that you can't take away from a player. So I think this is a game where you need to use this experience. And also left back, I will have the best left back in the continent, like hey. 6 I will have Kotia, 8 I'll have Jali, and Kulisi I'll rest Maboe. Front 3 I'll have Mshishi, Shalulile, and Gaston.
And so basically, the only change it would be Jali for Maboe, and obviously the first one Bangali for Mento.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think I'll stay. I'll go with Bangali more center back because I think Mazembe, as much as they plot around what might be a frailty in our center back, they'll be more worried about us going forward. So you hope we defend from the front, or so that we try and protect the two center backs as much as we can. So Shalulile, Msheshi, and Gaston have to be their pressing has to be on point, and then the 2 8, just hope when you're getting attacked, will help. Like everyone has to help because of this, and but mainly Lane, so the River with his experience, he has played center back, so he can sense danger there now also. Yeah, man. So I'll go with Le Bangali as well. It's just for one game, So yeah. I'm not sure about dropping Lebo. I'm not sure about dropping Lebo. I know Andile has been playing well, and he's due a start. He's really due a start. But I am not sure about dropping Lebo, man. I am not dropping Lebo Narapela. I'm going with the same lineup as you, but I am benching Andile. Hate this, man. And not like the players this, imagine the technical team was stress as well. And crazy enough, yesterday, when Tok got injured, Kemet, now I'm stressing. I'm already thinking about the next game, league, not having Shalule and him, and who do we now bring on now? And no, they relaxed. They were relaxed. So yeah, hopefully they will be relaxed when they meet.
I think the technical team, our technical team, are very smart. I think they know there are certain things that gonna happen. There are players that we're gonna miss because of injuries or maybe a yellow cards suspensions. I think Lebona in that game, I think they were already planning how we are going to play against Leopards, where Shalulile will be unavailable, and also maybe Kemetlena will be missing. I think they have already planned for that game how they are going to change. And also, one thing about Sundowns, our number 10s are also goal scorers, so we can manage to play with false. Ngari false number 9s, but I don't want to say false number 9s. I think we can play mobile offensive players.
Yeah. So the only difference between our teams, yours is the same one that started in Lubumbashi, apart from Lebo going to the bench and Jali starting and Sumahoro coming in. Len actually not the one that started in Lubumbashi because Roshin didn't start, but yeah. So now I'll have the same team as you: Dennis, Tapelo, Roshin, Bangali, Lyle, Spelele, Riva, Lebo, Zwane, Shalulile, and Gaston. So yeah, that would be my team. Predictions?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 to us. Obvious. I'll go for Shalulile to score and also Mshishe to score the second goal.
Yeah, I'll go for 3-0. I think we'll get a few goals. I think Shalulile will get a brace and Mshishi will have the floor to himself, because Mshishi what Champions League and Mshishi what PSL, they seem to be a bit different, and that's his stage, and yeah, man, he will definitely dance on Tuesday. Yeah. Anything you want to add on this?
Like what about there are 4 games where we went really 1-0 down against Amazulu, against Black Leopards, and also against Stellenbosch twice in Nedbank Cup and in the league. These are games where the opponents were leading us 1-0, but we managed to come back and win the game. What do you think we are doing differently compared to the previous seasons? Because of previous seasons, the opponent will score a goal very early. They will defend, will struggle to penetrate through their defense. So my question is, what are we doing differently from the previous seasons? And also, this is a question for supporters to comment and also give us reasons on what are we doing differently in a YouTube channel when we will drop this video.
Yeah, that's a bloody good question, eh? Who told you to ask me that question? Because are you not smart enough to come up with such a question?
Please, what
are we doing? We not as reliant as we were on Gaston Zwani, like in the previous seasons. We share the workload now, the opponents before this season, they knew we shut down Zwani, we shut down Gaston, we cut supply from those you done with Sundowns. Right now, they have way too many players to worry about. There are times where we start front 4, Gaston, Erasmus, and Zwani Leshalile. At times it's a 3, So it's difficult as a coach to plan and have your plan accurate. You take care of 3 good players. It hardly ever happens, So I think the fact that we now have a goal scorer, someone we can rely on, Shalulile. The guys have been saying for the longest time we missed who would finish the chances we create. So I think that, and maybe another thing that maybe the technical team is doing at training. A few years back, I think, I can't remember when, but I think when Mourinho was starting, I can't remember whether it was a documentary or something that I was watching where they were talking about the planning Mourinho, the detail of it, whereby he'd even know the boot size, the size of the opponents, there's this thing that he'd do at training. He'd have one team in 11 players and the other team in 10 or 9, and you basically prepare for what happens when we get a player sent off in a game, So maybe there's I don't know, I'm just thinking, Jay, maybe again in training they do exercises like that in a way, or maybe they say, okay, this team, the team that's starting, the day 2 days or day before, you'll definitely have 11v11. Maybe you'll say the starters for the next game, you guys are 1-0 down. Before the training session starts, so they need to push to equalize. So I think But the main one, now we have someone else. We have two extra threats actually in Shalulile and Kemet, But yeah, a really good question, Dogesh. So, yeah, Masandawana, that's the question for apart from obviously posting your preferred lineup. That's the question for this week. What has changed this season compared to the last seasons whereby would trail and fail to get back into the game? You want to say something, Dogesh?
Not sharp.
Man,
Man, ke sharp. Thabiso qeta ke batla ho lo ja ka lapile.
Yeah, Masandawana, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends. Tell your family members, your girlfriends, your side chicks to subscribe, and yeah, follow us on Twitter at Masandawana Fan Vlog and MS Masandawana Fan Vlog, and yeah, comment with your preferred starting lineup and the question that Rapelang posed, or what has changed this season in terms of us being able to come back when we're trailing. We'll see you next week Friday when we preview our game versus Leopards on Sunday. And yeah, the boys will be giving you the review of this game on Tuesday. Oh no, we'll get it on Wednesday morning. Sure, Mdogi, sharp Masandawana.
Sharp.